we can agree on 4 key interventions that are going to scale up this partnership: vitamin A and zinc supplementation and fortification, exclusive breastfeeding, the timely introduction of good quality complementary foods, and using an integrated approach that benefits from various delivery channels. Can we, within our institutions, leverage more dedication and resources to this cause, especially in the high-burden countries of sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia? Can we be more active in advocating for better linkages between ourselves and existing systems, more resources, more large-scale actions? And can we demonstrate the impact of our interventions and use that information to mobilize society, to mobilize other people? So it takes us back to the leadership point. We must not be asking for leadership, but showing leadership. Each one of us is an activist. Each one of us is a leader. And if each one of us has a role to play in this global architecture, then that is what is going to accelerate the delivery.
And the first lesson is that we must learn from experience. Secondly, and I think this is a really important point, what we must do is rigorously evaluate policy implementation. And I think all too often policymakers are rather scared to have their policies evaluated. And it's a real challenge. But nevertheless, if we're actually to derive policy from evidence, then we must actually create evidence from policy. I think the third lesson is the importance of capacity. Fourthly, there is a huge role for public-private partnerships. And actually, there's probably a fourth P that's needed in public-private partnerships, which is political partnerships. All too often, the efforts of NGOs aren't properly translated into practice because there is that absence of proper political partnership. Fifthly, we've heard about leadership. And sixth, and finally, I want to finish with the people who are not in this room. And the people who are not in this room are the young. And of course, ultimately, change comes from people in the next generations.